Yeah.
11 o'clock, we'll call our regular meeting to order. Have any public comment? Any public comment? Staying on, we'll move on. Commissioner updates, Doug.
No, not much. I was out of town half the week last week. In the office this week, nothing going on.
Okay, Gordon.
I guess I've been at two different conventions. National Association of Counties Legislative Conference was in Washington this last 2 weeks ago. Talked about transportation funding, federal disaster policies, housing, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, energy development, data centers was a huge topic. It was a meeting that we're able to talk to our federal people. We went up met with our 4 congressional delegates and just ensures counties remain informed and engaged with federal policies that have a direct impact on local government. While I was there, I guess my main 2 things I'm working on. We're working on as the tribes take money or buy land back, they take it from the being fee to trust land. We lose the taxes on those. So I'm working on a new PILT payment in lieu of taxes that would backfill that tax that we lose on our taxes that go with that land when it goes from fee to trust. We lose the taxes on it. It amounts to about $10,000 a year, but you do that every year, and it's going to start adding up. The first year you lose 10, the next year you lose 10 plus the 10 you lost the year before. It just compounds on each other. And this happens throughout the whole nation. I mean, I don't want to stop the tribes from buying land back. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It just to backfill that taxes that we lose because the services are still needed. And this is a nationwide thing. So it would be a policy, maybe a PILT payment that would pay those taxes that we lose to the county to maintain the services on tribal lands. So that could be a big pull. We'll see how that goes. National Association of Counties has some people working on it, and we'll see where that goes. The other thing I've still got questions on is this new legislation for when you're registered to vote, you got to prove you're a citizen, which I agree 100% you need to prove that you're a citizen. But on the Native front, when they register the Native person to vote, if they don't have proof of citizenship, they'll have to come up here and get the birth certificate, and it just will all fall apart real quick. So I'm saying let them use the tribal ID. If you have a tribal ID, that should be proof of citizenship. So I'm kind of working on that too, and I don't know if I'm going to open up a can of worms there or not. People smarter than me are going to have to figure out if that would work. But it is being worked on, and I'm kind of involved in that. And I probably should go talk to our tribes, or NACO is going to talk to our tribes and see what their thoughts are on it. It just sounds like such a simple solution. Maybe it won't work. But that's 2 things I'm working on. It's working on the finance, pensions, and intergovernmental affairs. So NACO is what the area I'm working on with. So that gets kind of deep into the woods, deep into the weeds there, but it's 2 things that I'm working on. And then last week I was at AGRIP, which is it's an association for governmental risks pools. We have 3 pools through MACO, our healthcare trust, property, and workers' comp trust. And it talks about how to take care of these pools. Basically, I run the meetings, but we have professionals running the pools. So there again, artificial intelligence is going to be huge within the insurance industry. It can have claims, you can have trends. Artificial intelligence is going to do a lot of stuff for insurance pools. And it's cybersecurity for public entities, protecting public entities using artificial intelligence. They can tell if you're getting emails at a certain pattern, and that pattern changes, it'll detect bad emails, and they say that can be done instantly, but used to take somebody a couple of days to figure out. So it's going to be a lot of changes coming up with cybersecurity. And then the impact of jury verdicts that are exploding, it's reshaping how risk and liability is through your insurance policy because of the huge amounts given out in jury verdicts. So, and then we had a better understanding of opioid settlement funds. So it was pretty interesting stuff there. So it's all stuff bringing back to the county to use.
You mentioned the transportation committee. Did you talk about Amtrak?
They talked about Amtrak funding. They want to maintain the funding. They're not going to get a whole bunch more money like they want.
Or the government change funding?
As of right now, it's going to be funded, but I don't know if it's going to be funded enough to get the Hiawatha going, which I'm not for the Hiawatha, so I didn't encourage it. I think if the Hiawatha goes, this northern route is going to die throughout North Dakota and Montana. So it's kind of nice. I mean, to me, I'm kind of looking at things in a bigger perspective as opposed to just the county. So I think it all is good for the county.
Okay. Moving on to myself, Derek was just in, visit with him about the 10 that we had purchased to kind of finish the inside of the shop. They've got northeast and west walls done. South wall they're working on that. They took the lift back. They're going around the doors and stuff like that. He did some updating on the Lanark Road. I think Gordon is well versed on the oil activity over there. There's 2 pads going in over there. So that Lanark Road is going to see some extreme use this summer. So
they're building the pads right now.
Trying to make a plan on, I think Derek was talking about maybe moving some dirt out of the ditches, but it's going to be a big project, moving fences, trying to get that road built up to withstand the load. So he's got a busy summer. He's hoping that they can get to work in maybe a month in the field a little earlier than they have in the past. Keep those roads up. The November 25th to January 26th, the 3% option tax on marijuana was $60,761.34. So that's pretty good chunk of money coming in. 50% of that remains with the county. The other 50% gets distributed per capita. So it'd be $30,000. I do believe that goes into your budget, Jason, for help you guys out. And they did extend if you're not aware, they did extend the application for the Homestead Act out until March 20th. I just saw that this morning. Is that correct, Gordon?
You have to go online to do your second home, or if you have a long-term rental, you can get a tax break on it.
So there is an extension on that as well. So aside from that, emails and phone calls and spending time in the office, I guess. So moving on to minutes. Do we have a motion to accept the minutes for the regular public meeting on February 20th, 2026?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for the vote. All in favor? Motion passed. Minutes for the special public meeting on February 27th, 2026.
Motion to approve.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Minutes for the month of February 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Moving into administrative issues, I think we'll open this one up to discussion before we call for a motion on this. Turn this over to Casey, our planner on this. Holcomb Track 2B. You got any information you want to give us before we make a motion on this one?
Sure. Tristan and T. Holcomb have requested that commissioners lift the ag restriction that was placed on a piece of property they bought. I think they bought it from Trent Panasuk a couple years ago. That went through my office as well. So they're going to build a house on it, and to build a house, they need to get that ag restriction lifted. So they've requested that and they've gone through the subdivision review process. The land is about 8.5 miles north of Bainville off of Road 2051. They submitted a letter saying they could get power, water, all that good stuff. Guys got a septic permit. It's 30.03 acres. I'm recommending approval of the subdivision.
Okay,
Motion to approve the subdivision lifting of the ag covenants.
Gordon makes a motion to approve the lift of the egg covenant. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Do you need the recommended motion in there, or is this good enough, Casey?
I think you're good. So you want, I could read the whole thing if you want.
Nah. We have it in our documents here. Any other discussion on that? Seeing none, we'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Right.
Motion passed. Action on a sheriff's request to send Russ Corbell to Canine Handler School and receive a canine. So this would be for a canine purchase and to send Russ to canine school.
Make the motion to approve the request.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? Anything you would like to add? The amount is $19,860. I believe this comes out of drug forfeiture and seizure funds. There's plenty of funds available in there to cover this. So I think this purchase will be a good asset to the sheriff's office.
So we're gonna have two canines?
What are we at on our second dog? Do we have that dog that's?
So we currently have a dog with our new hire. He's in service.
And who's that? Who's
Chase
the handler?
Johnson, he's the newest guy we just hired.
He has a dog.
It's his dog.
Oh,
It doesn't belong to the sheriff's office,
oh,
but it's certified. So he bought his dog back from the tribes when he left. And then went back to Belknap, where he's originally from, and then came back to us.
can we use it though? Is
Yep.
it liability wise?
It's state certified. It's got all its certificate.
Well, that's
it's
a heck of a
history.
bonus.
Just an added bonus, yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the school at?
Bozeman? Big Timber.
Oh, they don't have to go out of state
Nope.
then.
No, finally.
Yeah,
This is the first one. We've been to Louisiana and we've been to Washington, but
yeah. Good.
Well, this is a good asset and usually those drug dogs are attached to the handler.
yeah,
That's where Jace came with his dog. So this dog will be attached to Russ. Hopefully he sticks it out with us and makes a career here, but I think it's a good thing to have. So any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Right.
Motion passed. Moving on to claims. Claims for March 5th, 2026 in the amount of $104,904.99.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Down in new business, this is informational only. This came from the election administrator pursuant to 13-14-115 parentheses 2A. Hereby declare it's not necessary to hold a nonpartisan primary election for the county offices of County Commissioner District 1, County Attorney, Clerk and Recorder, and Sheriff and the Treasurer, Justice of Peace Post number 1, and Justice of the Peace Post number 2. Only 2 running. I believe the sheriff's race is the only one that has 2, so a primary is not necessary. So just for information purposes, I can hand this to you too, Bill, if you want to take that with you.
But we still have a primary for the state elections then?
Yeah, well,
I would
primary
assume-
for the sheriffs because there's,
No, for the sheriffs, but for the state.
State of Montana.
I believe if there's, there will be state, but nothing for county.
yeah, oh yeah, there would be
So,
for sure.
no need to overload it. The expense that comes with the primary is pretty exorbitant. So this will just carry on into the general. So, so it's saves the county and really election administrators saw no need to put all those onto the ballot.
So the
So
top 2 go through any rate, so.
yeah, exactly. Informational only. That was the extent of the agenda for the day. Any other discussion, any new business? Seeing none. Motion to close. Motion and a second. We are closed.